now we have time for the very last of this evening's magnificent ladies. This girl is called Lisa, and she comes the whole way from Belfast. I don't know why I'm saying that more than like, you know, because Anne-Marie comes from Cork, and like you everyone should remember that Belfast. And we could give a big round of applause for Lisa Kirkwood.
Hello, how are we all? You're grand? Yeah. I had a bit of a shit journey getting down here. I absolutely hate Dublin. Not people, but Dublin. The only times I've ever been in Dublin, I got lost. I went to France and travelled 2,500 miles and got lost twice, both times in Dublin. Going to the Leary and coming back from the Leary. It's the only place you have a sign that says M7, right, that's the road I'm supposed to be in, and you end up in a fucking car park. But of course, I actually used to be blonde until not that long ago, so, but no offence to the blonde ladies, but my friend Louise came down with me tonight. It was one of those ones, can't drive on my own because I'll get lost. So she got us lost on the sat nav on my phone. But anyway, the two of us got to the Boyne Bridge and both of us looked at each other and went, "Do you have yours? No, do you have yours?" There's a fucking toll. So I had to each her to drop it. Then went to the shop. I'm rambling, but I went to the shop, there's an bit of a madness, and then went and bought a drink, and back onto the Joe Card wagon, the water wagon, opened the drink, and didn't fucker spill all over my crotch, while I'm standing here with a shocky, wet arse. Now I know what it feels like to be my husband, because you would get that chafing thing. You know. It's quite handy when you've got kids, because the Vaseline and the nappy cream can be quite useful for chafing. The girls are also talking about hair. It's quite funny because I think, why do men actually get intimidated by ladies with short hair who are built like brick shit houses like myself? They automatically assume I'm a butch lesbian. Now I played football for a while, but that really doesn't count, but obviously they think that I like carpet for some reason. I guess it was floors. Still don't get that. But anyway, up until about 3 years ago, I actually had no hair. I was bald, I had cancer. Yes, that was a complete utter bitch, I have to say. So I had breast cancer. So what they did was they took half of my left boob away. I always say that because it always explains why I actually tilt to the one side, because I walk upside at night, because it hasn't evened me up. But God in His wisdom gives me this thing called lymphedema. So if you look, my arm, this isn't a batwing, this is fluid in here, so it actually evens me up so that I don't, you know, I look like Arnold Schwarzenegger on the one side, but I actually walk straight now, so it is good. So yeah, I had to go through chemo, which was amazing. Not really. But chemo definitely was designed by a man, because no woman in their right mind would design a drug that would remove every single hair on your body apart from the hair on your legs. The husband really wasn't so happy when I still had to use his razor. Yeah, it's like newborn baby from there up. Yeah, and they dye you whenever you're going through chemo. It's really strange. They put this blue dye into you to find your glands. It was alright until I came out. My mum thought I was dead because I looked like a corpse. But then it goes through your system, so you go to the toilet and you pee blue. They don't warn you about that. It's a bit like earlier on, whenever Gabby was saying about peeing all over the place. You're peeing going, holy shit, it's blue. Yeah, and I'm not really good at drinking water, so then it goes green, and then it goes back to that lovely dark yellow colour. And then they give you another, the chemo itself is actually red, so you go to the toilet and you pee bright red, so that's great. You actually think you're having a period although you're going through the menopause. That's amazing. Yeah, and then it goes orange, obviously you need the colour green and stuff. But it's quite good because now at karaoke I can stand up and sing, I can pee a rainbow, Yeah, and they give you this drug. It's really funny because you're sitting for an hour and a half. It's not really funny, it's a bit shit actually. But you're sitting for an hour and a half and they're putting all these crappy vials into you. And I had this beautiful, stunningly beautiful blonde chemo nurse who really makes you feel good when you're bald and fat. And she's injecting this stuff into you and she goes, now I've been told this feels like an orgasm whenever it hits your system. I felt like somebody had just shoved a bunch of nettles up my arse. And I basically just said to her, if you're having an orgasm and it feels like that, you're doing it fucking wrong. A bit strange. Yeah, so I put on about 2 2 stone and ended up looking like an Oompa Loompa for a while. But it was quite good at Halloween, because I had no hair and all I had to do was put a brown sack on and I looked like Uncle Fester out there. I actually was tempted to do that, but my husband wouldn't let me out the door. So, yeah. And you know, there's those programs where say the animals do the funniest things. Whenever I was going through chemo, people say the funniest, or people say the stupidest fucking things. It's like when you're walking up the street completely bald-headed, built like a brick shit house, twice as wide as I am now, and somebody goes, "Oh, you're looking really well." As opposed to what? Was I that fucking bad looking before? No, definitely not good, definitely not good. But yeah, I put on a bit of weight, but then as soon as I felt okay, I decided I would join the gym. A friend of mine is actually a cage fighter. You know, the guys that get in and rumble and wrestle with each other, and there's a wee bit of homoeroticism in there. Yeah, so I decided I would go and train along with Rodney, which was great, until he got me on one of those gym balls. And he gets you to do like all these strange and wonderful exercises on the gym ball. All I can say is I'm glad it's a personal training session and there's only me and him. You know, if you've had your dinner and your stomach's full of gas and you're in the ball, must be a squeaky floor for them. And they do a ladies class now, a ladies MMA class, which I joined, hence looking like a brick shit house and felt into the bargain. Yeah, do the ladies MMA, which is quite funny, until you have to train with one of the lads who's one of your instructors. I like coke, but I really don't like sweaty balls in the face. It's gross, yeah. But it's quite good, because we all jump about and we all box and all the rest of it. But last week, 2 young girls joined 15-year-olds. So there's all of us idols. I'm 35, so I'm an idol. Doing our exercises, and at the end, we walked out still bouncing, and they were laughing heaps of fun. I'm healthier than a 15-year-old. I wanted to get into running, because I quite like the whole aspect of running. I run the marathon. I actually registered to do the London Marathon, and they sent me a free jacket, which I wear, and everybody goes, did you run the marathon? Yes. 2 hours 33. It's not really, it's just the fact that it was a freebie, and well, it wasn't a freebie, it cost me 35 quid registration. I think I got done for that one actually. Yeah, so I would like to do running, but I love watching people running. You know the way you get the different style of runners. You have the men folk who are wearing the football shirts from 6 years ago that have washed wrong, they're the different colours, the socks are grey. The shorts are, well, they're arse's eating their shorts because their shorts are too small. You know, they've got the sweatband on. You know, almost guarantee that they have the Rocky music in there. You know, they walk through the door and go, like, yeah. But what gets me is the ladies that do the running. We have the ladies who I call them the prancers. And it's usually the girls that have the ponytails that are really high in their hair. They have the perfect figures. Hate them, you know, and they have just the lovely black stuff, but they don't actually run. Now I'm flat-footed, I actually have to get insoles because my feet go in the way, but they run like, and they're on their tiptoes, and they're cussing, and they're I was driving and I thought, I know my trousers are full. I was driving and I thought, wouldn't it be amazing if somebody designed stiletto heels that you could run it, you know, like Nike or Adidas. Until I was on Facebook last week, and my friend put a picture up that Air Jordan actually makes stiletto heels with the swoosh sign up the side of them. I am actually seriously considering opening a shoe shop in Ballymena that will sell those to all the bloody prancers. Definitely, I swear. Yeah, I've got 3 kids too. Yeah, I have a 13-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 5-year-old. My 5-year-old is the girl. She rules the roost. And she's so opinionated it's unbelievable. My mother-in-law is a wee bit larger. And my daughter likes to tell my mother-in-law she's a wee bit larger. She said something to me the other day. She slapped me in the arse the other day, and I said, look my big fat arse load. You're not as fat as Manana Carr. I love you. I love you. My in-laws are retired, and they went and bought a motorhome. So the first day they got the motorhome, they brought it to this place called Portrush. It's a coastal place in Ballymena, or Northern Ireland. It's amazing. So they took it to Portrush and they said, well, meet you there. And I said, I know bother, that'll do. So we got there in the motorhome. There's like 20 million motorhomes clogging up the head of the coastline so nobody else can fucking see. And they said, oh, we'll take the kids. And I was like, no, you'll not take the kids. No, seriously, we'll take the kids, we'll take the kids. I was like, no, you'll not take the kids, because 3 kids plus you 2 makes 5. You got a 4 birth. You didn't do your fucking sums before you bought the thing. I only cost them another 15 grand to be upgraded it 6 months later. But they picked my kids up from school last week, and they took them to Flemish Mountain, which is where St Patrick guarded his sheep, and cooked him mince and potatoes. How fucking Irish is that? Driving to Flemish and having a wee bit of mince and potatoes. My 13-year-old was mortified. I remember watching CSI with my 13-year-old. That was exciting. There was a girl who'd cried rape, and the CSI agent was drawing a vagina on the board. She did this D thing. And my son, we just came in and switched on. My son was sitting, he must have been about 11 at the time. And they did this thing, and I said, oh fuck, vagina. See, 11, they can't hear that word vagina. And I went, Mum, we've learnt all about that. And I went, pardon? Like, yeah, we did this in school. And I was like, your primary school? You've learned about sex at primary school? Yeah, the priest took us into a room and taught us all about sex. So I was like, oh my fucking god. He said, what did you do? Did he touch it? No, Mum, it's okay, you're embarrassing me now. There was 15 of us all there. I was like, right, okay, fair enough. But I'm a biology teacher. So I got him in the car on his own, and Dad was standing sniggering in the corner. I thought, you bastard. So I took him in the car and phoned my mum, so it was pure grilling session. What did you learn? Did you learn what buttons you had to press? Did they tell you how you're supposed to do it? Did they tell you how to snog? Did they actually tell you what parts are? Mum, you're embarrassing me now, and I know all about it. What bits do you know? It's not like it was in your day. Yes, in my fucking day I was asleep, and that's why I got you. So that was okay. We he said, because he goes to like teenage discos now, which my husband says my daughter will never ever go to because they don't wear clothes. But he came home one night, and I was like, well, did you get snog? Thinking, I'm a really cool mum. Yeah. And I was like, did you get her name? Did you get her name? Will we meet her? Is she protect? Is she going to be a bride? What's she like? Does she have money? It's not like it was in your day. You walk along, you poke them in the back, and you snog, and then you go off in the other direction. And I was like, so you didn't even get her name? He went, no. And I went, did you just get the one? No, I got 4. I was walking about my house like, hello, look at the boss, me. Oh my god, I have such a highly strung testosterone charged 13-year-old in my house. It's absolutely awful. But I will leave you now, because my phone's vibrating. I know that, I'm getting cheap though. I will leave you with my daughter's favourite joke. My 5-year-old daughter's favourite joke. Why did the dog smell of Yunyuns? Because it was a hot dog.
Even the microphone is falling over with the hilarity that was happening. A big round of applause for me here. It's been an absolute honour and privilege to have been here tonight, and I'm so happy that all of you turned up, and I hope you had a really good time as well. I think it's an amazing thing actually, because if you don't come to comedy clubs regularly, you might not understand just how big a deal it is. Just being able to just go ha and not worry about anything else, and not worry about you just going yeah, well, that's what that's a good end. It's just been such a pleasure and such a privilege, and I want you to please give yourselves all a massive round of applause. I interrupted you in class with yourselves.